You want to watch to the end of this video, even if you only have to listen to this, because there's so much information included in here. Give yourself at least 30 minutes, and this will change the growth of your channel.
Two things, right? Good thing about researching is you discover a lot when you're researching. But the bad thing about researching is you discover a lot when you research. And oh boy, are we finna dive into that in this video. Oh my God, this is great. The first problem about when you research is, what is the first problem about when you research? Oh, it's snowing. Oh yeah, okay. No, as I mentioned in the intro, the first problem about researching is the actual researching itself. And sometimes you have to step away from the researching of the of what you're trying to research, just for you to get clarity and sort of refocus yourself. You step back in order for you to get clarity on what it is that you're actually researching and get an overall picture of where you're trying to get your channel to grow at. If you don't do that, you're not going to be beneficial for the ones that are actually you're giving this information out to, because of course you need to see where it is you're at and where you are, where you're going. The second problem about doing a lot of research is, at least with me, I can say this, at least with me, doing a lot of research, you tend to learn a lot of stuff faster, right? And so even though you're in the same stature as a lot of small content creators, if they're not actually doing a whole bunch of research the way you're researching it, and trust me, I'm telling you from my own experience here, you'll look like you are, where they're at, far as like the subscribers, far as like the views or whatever, but the amount of knowledge that you'll have up there, like I said before, it can be a good thing and a bad thing, right? Because what typically happens is, because you're researching everything so much, you're learning yourself as you're doing the research, right? And also, if you're looking for clarity, you're taking a step back. This is just myself. Like I take step backs all the time when I'm watching my videos to see where I made the error in my video, what went wrong in that video. Like you have to step back and look at where you went wrong on some of the stuff that you did. And that comes with a lot of self-reflection. Even when you're looking at your business, so to speak, most people tell you you'll fail your way to success. And that's true. Most successful people fail their way to success. They don't think of an idea and instantly they become successful. No, right? They fail their way to success. And the reason why people research people is because they're trying to cut those learning curves when it comes to finding their own success. That's the whole reason behind watching someone like me, so that way you could kind of weave through what works and what doesn't work, right? Well, but the problem with that is, if that person is not applying what you are saying to themselves, then it's not going to work for them. Like, sometimes when you're researching, you get stuck in the research. You forget to apply it to yourself. And that's kind of what happened with me with my journey here, right? I was researching before I actually became a content creator. I was a viewer. I wasn't a content creator. Oftentimes you'll see me talking about on my lives, are you a viewer or are you a content creator? If you're a viewer, leave a V. If you're a content creator, leave a C, because I really want to know, like, who are you? Like, what brought you to my platform? Not just because you scrolled up on here. I want to know you. I want to know what you're looking for. I think I even made a video. I said, viewers, what are you looking for? I even did that, because I wanted to know what it was they were looking for. All that was for my research. It was for my research, so I could know what the viewers were looking for, because in the end, it's the views that pay you, right? Right. It's the viewers that you need in order to watch your videos for the watch time, right? And it's the viewers, whether they're content creators or not, you need to subscribe to your channels. So in doing that research, that was part of my research. Part of my research was asking, like just simply asking, engaging with the community. What is it that you're looking for? Because answering that question really can take your channel to a whole nother level. If you know what your community is looking for, then you could gear your information around what they're actually looking for, right? You can give them what they want. And essentially, outside of what YouTube wants, it's basically about what the viewer wants. Your community. I like to call y'all my fam, right? Or your clients, if that's who you're looking to sell for. If you're looking to sell something with them, it's your clients that you need to know what it is that they want. Because when you find a problem and you offer a solution, then people want to know more about you. And so I guess in a way, when I was saying people don't really care about you, that statement, when I said that can't be true, it is in a way, I guess. Because what you have to do is you have to get people to want to know about what you're talking about. And the best way you need to let them know about that is to help them solve them with their problems. Now, they will stay with you because of the connection that they feel with you, right? So you have to be able to build that connection with your community or your fam or your clients, however you're looking at the viewer, whether they're content creators or whether they are just simply viewers. It's how you are looking at them. Perception is everything, y'all. So, perception is key to the development. It really is. Like, you gotta know, like, what it is everybody's kind of thinking. And I think that's why I do so good on those commentaries when it comes to Country Wayne, because I'm looking at what everybody's perspective, not just my perspective. I'm looking at how I feel when I first do the video. Y'all understanding how I feel, right? But then I'm gearing it to my community or my fam. I'm gearing it to them because I want to know what your take on it is. Like, how do you feel about this? And not only do I just want to know the female perspective of it, I want to also know the male perspective, because in the end, I feel like once we learn that information about, and we learn how to look at other people's perspective and apply it to the overall picture, then and only then can we learn from whatever it is that we're taking in. And you're only going to take information in a few ways, right? In order to take that information in, you're either going to hear it, you're going to see it, or if you're cooking at something, you might even taste it, all right? Well, I guess you can feel it too. You can feel it either by your emotions or by your physical changes that might be happening within yourself, like mental changes, physical changes. If you're working on your health or something like that, you're going to see the results, right? So, but ultimately, taking it into you, taking it into the person to gain that knowledge, because one thing about it, knowledge is key. If you don't have knowledge, you don't have anything, right? And that's why research is so important when it comes to trying to grow your channel, because you need the right knowledge. Having the wrong knowledge will have you trailing behind everybody. Having the right knowledge will propel you far beyond anything. So on that note, I think I'm going to go ahead and give y'all something, that a little gem, so to speak, that will help you. Hashtags. Hashtags in your title, they don't work, right? They do not work. They don't work at all. And how I know is because I researched it myself. Remember, a couple of videos back, I told y'all that the best research is the way my insane research is to find out the information, apply it to myself, do what they say don't work, do what they're saying is working, do it simultaneously so you can see what works and what don't. So, I have put hashtags inside my titles, but going forward, you're not going to really see that anymore. Why? Because hashtags in your title, I'm telling y'all, it don't work. What do work is keywords in your titles. Keywords, not only in your titles, but keywords in your message as well. And you have to know how to work those keywords inside that message that you're doing. You have to develop those keywords inside the research you're doing. You have to develop everything about that inside your video. Because if you don't develop that inside your video, it ain't really going to go anywhere. And I'm just being, hashtags in your title don't work. So I'm going to tell you where they do work, because hashtags actually do work. They do. So here's a gem that I'm about to drop to you. Hashtag works in your description. All right, put them in your description, and you'll find that you'll get a lot more going on to your channel. It will alert a lot more people than putting it in your title. Now, what you don't want to do is go on a hashtag rant. Do not do that. Like my research have shown that. Do not do that. Do not put a whole bunch of hashtags in your description, and do not put a whole bunch of hashtags in your title, because it's ineffective. It does not work. It does not trigger that SEO, the search engines. It doesn't, right? There are things that actually trigger the SEO, and I actually did a video talking about those things that can actually help you with the SEOs, and I'm going to mention that later when I come back and edit this video. I'm going to tell you what
the video that I'm referring to is the
8
8 steps to the algorithm, which is listed in my list of videos. It will help with the CEO, which is the search engine optimization, to help your video get recognized in the algorithm.
Day and age SEO. It's not the old SEO. It's a new one. Then you have to know how to make that work. Because if you don't, well, even some of the stuff that I'm telling you is not going to work. Okay? Not for you. It won't. It might have worked for the people in the past, but it's not going to work for you. So start applying what you are learning, especially when you're joining my community and you're learning from me. My community is geared towards teaching you this information as I do it, right? I'm showing you what to do, and I'm doing it with you. And I'm not just telling you, you're literally seeing my growth on my channel. I'm taking you behind the analytics. I'm showing you my analytics so you can help grow. Anybody that tells you not to focus on analytics are really not concerned about your growth. And now I'm gonna tell you why. Because every business follows their analytics. Every business follows the numbers of their business, because that's what analytics is. It's the numbers. It's the data of their business. Every business do that. If you do not follow the numbers of your business, you're not going to learn from your business. You're not going to know what to change and what not to change. You're not going to know what helps you grow and what does not help you grow. You're going to get stuck, like a lot of people on YouTube do. Because why? They're not investing in themselves. They are not taking the time to step back, watch what they have done, apply what they have learned to themselves, and also watch the analytics of their videos to see what their people want and what their people don't. And I got another video that's getting ready to come up about trolls, because I found a lot of people asking the question about them, and why don't YouTube get rid of them? Well, there's a reason why they don't get rid of them, y'all. It's a big reason that can actually help your channel grow even further using the trolls. Oh, y'all ain't never thought about that one, did y'all? Y'all ain't never thought that the trolls could actually grow your channel. Well, in the next video that I made, I'm going to tell you how trolls can grow your channel. Oh, y'all, stay tuned for that one. You're going to love it. So this is why, if you don't take what you hear, figure out why it works for you and apply it to your channel, it's not going to work. If you are listening to people that say, copy me and steal from other people's content, that's not going to work for you. And really, it's not even going to work for them. It might work for them short term and getting them a couple of numbers. And like I said before, I made a video even explaining that. So that way you can understand what's going on. But for the long run, it is not going to work for them. The problem about them now telling you to do this is because you already missed that wave. If you wasn't doing it with them when they were doing it, you're not going to grow when they grow. And typically with a wave, it does not stay up long. Matter of fact, in the real world, waves tend to dissipate out or tend to level out quite frequently. Like if you're in the ocean and you're inside the ocean and you're playing closer to the shore and you see that wave forming, you know you only got a couple of seconds if you don't want to get hit by that wave and try to go run back to the shore, right? Oh God, I gotta get away from this wave, right? Because that wave don't stay up there forever. That wave coming into the shore. And guess who's gonna get caught up in that wave? You are. So it's the same mentality when it comes to catching waves. That's why you cannot copy and paste. Because by the time they're telling you to copy and paste them, it's over with. They already made their profit from their waves. They already made the money from their waves. Get caught up in that wave. You are. So it's the same mentality when it comes to catching waves. That's why you cannot copy and paste. Because by the time they're telling you to copy and paste them, it's over with. They already made their profit from their waves. They already made the money from their waves. And one thing is, if they learn from their waves, they're getting ready to do what waves do when it hits the shore. If it's not a tsunami, they're getting ready to lose it all. Right? That wave ain't gonna be there no more, and it's not gonna help them. So that's why it's so important to figure out the knowledge and the information about what you learned while you was in that wave, because that wave is only temporary and it's not going to last long. And that's why simply copying and pasting someone, it never works out. The key is to figure out what works for you. You have to figure out what is working for you and implement that on your channel. If you do not do that, you will not be successful. You can learn from their way. Don't get me wrong. You can look at what's happening with them when they tell you, oh, copy and paste me. Don't copy and paste them. But look at what's working for them and then take the key components of that and apply it to what you got going right now at the time. Because while they're so caught up in the hype, not learning from what's actually making this happen, you are observing it. And that's kind of how I learned about what's really going on in the wave, because I watched people in waves long before I ever caught one myself. And when I caught one, I knew exactly what to do with it. And I applied what I learned from the other people in the wave myself, and it propelled my channel. Now, my wave wasn't a huge wave, but it was big for me, because for someone who had 42 subscribers and now is almost at 900, who had 900 watch hours and now have over 6,000 watch hours in less than 2 months, well, that is a tsunami for me. It might not be a tsunami for everybody else, but to me, yeah, I hit it, right? And I also learned from it. But when that situation come up in your channel and you can recognize that's what's actually happening, you can apply those same principles that I'm telling you, right? Because even though a lot of my videos, I will tell you, are when I upload them, they're the same day that I'm actually making them. So you're getting the information pretty relevant or pretty fast, right? It's just maybe not everybody, because it's not entertaining, will go watch it at the time that I release it, right? Unless it's something extremely important, because entertainment will always trump education until that education is absolutely necessary, right? So I don't look at it as when people say, oh, you don't really got that many views. How you know what you're talking about? Well, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. And when people need what I'm saying that's going to actually help them, they're going to come over here in the drones, right? They're going to come over here like a flood. They're going to come over here and propel my channel with the information that they need. And what did not happen when I made the video, because I was trying to get information out to as many people as I can, is later going to happen later down the line. Now, I don't know how much later it can be. It can be next week. It could be tomorrow. It can even be tonight, you know? And I probably uploaded 3 or 4 more videos after this, right? But it's going to happen. And I know it's going to happen because I'm giving you information that is, 1, helping you to move forward, and 2, real-time information. It is not information that is not happening as I speak, right? So, but you have to implement those. You have to implement that into what you're doing. You have to. If you don't do it, I'm telling you, it's not going to work. And this will also make you self-reflect. I told you that earlier in this video. It will actually make you self-reflect in yourself. So in my learning, I'm also seeing things about myself that, although I'm giving very good information, I'm also seeing what is hindering some of my growth. Because just because I'm learning it and I'm getting the information, there's still a learning curve even with me, because you can have all the information that you want, but you're still going to have to go through the learning curve that you know. That's why investing in yourself is so great, right? That's why taking the information and applying it to yourself is so important, right? One thing about it is my thumbnails. You'll notice that I didn't go back on all of them because I truly want to see what works and what don't. But what I noticed about my thumbnails is saying subscribe on my thumbnail, it wasn't working, right? I didn't get those subscriptions in that short period of time because of the subscribe button. Because really, the thumbnail, it just grabbed their attention for a brief second, because if they click on it, it's going to take them straight into the video. Whether or not they're looking at the video per se, or they just clicked over and the video started running, so they can kind of see into the video before really going into the video. So, but what I did notice was it was unnecessary to have it on there. I didn't have to say the word subscribe on there, right? Just give them the thumbnail, because the thumbnail is almost like the appetizer to the meal, right? The meal is the title. The meal is the appetizer, right? But it really is, the meal is actually the title, because even though it's an appetizer to the meal, right? The thumbnail is what caught your eye. It was the appealing part of the meal, right? So it was a garnishment, so to speak, on that meal, right? So for those,
I think somewhere around up in this
cooking,
part
they
of
kind of
the video,
understand what I'm saying here, right?
hunger started
you would
kicking in,
notice
and
that
I was
even with
getting hungry,
my
so I
video,
kind of got focused and
I've
stuck
taken
on
my
food.
recent one. I went back because I learned something about my video. Don't put subscribe on your thumbnail. Don't, right? And of course, unless the video is about subscriptions, then use subscribe on the video, because it's definitely an eye catcher. But don't put it on every video, right? So you'll notice that I removed that. Yeah, like I said, it will really make you look at yourself when you do a lot of researching, y'all. And researching is definitely the key to helping you grow your channel. So in saying that, I want to let everybody know that want to grow along with me. Why don't y'all just join my family? Join along with me so that you can learn and stay connected to information and
put a little keynotes when you're making these videos, so that way you don't forget what you need to say. So that's what happened here, y'all. We have to learn how to work together. Make sure we stay connected. Engagement is the key, right? It is. And I know, y'all, I say right a lot. That's what I get that from my mom. I remember when I was growing up, she used to say that all the time. She used to be like, she'll say something, right, right. My mom used to say that all the time. And I'll be like, oh my goodness, she was getting on my nerves with saying right all the time. But I'm noticing I'm saying that too sometimes. So I gotta kind of work on that with myself. That's part about reflection. It'll make you look at what you're doing sometimes. So I will try to work on that, y'all. But when I tell you that thing is deep-seated, rooted inside me, it is. It really is. But
one thing I would say, if you really want to help me, because like I'm giving you a lot of this information for free, but if you really want to help me, click that notification bell on this video so that way you'll stay connected with me and come on the lives. And when you come on my lives, please say who you are. Tell me who you are. Like, let's talk. Like, just don't sit there and stare. Although I'm finding out a lot of people say that just watching objects, for some reason people are liking that. I don't know, I kind of think that's a little weird. I like the interaction. I'm not that type of person. Shoot, I was a cheerleader almost my whole life. Even when I got in my 30s, right before I had my son. Well, it was my late 20s because I had my son when I was 30. Even then, I used to be a cheerleader coach. Like, so I'm all for the people, you know. And I think that's part of my personality that I have, you know. So don't forget to, I say all that just, I just like to interact. But don't forget to hit that notification button in order to stay connected so that way we can learn and grow together. And as always, be your brothers and your sisters' keeper. Keep God first. And tools.